Education is the top priority for our city. And as part of that priority, I have always envisioned Nashvillians coming together and getting more engaged with our schools. This initiative, One Nashville, is a great step toward accomplishing that vision.
One Nashville.
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 A lot of people want to be involved in education reform, but they don't get involved because there's no mechanism for them. If you're a student, if you're a senior, if you're single, if you're wherever you might live, if you want to connect with Nashville's public schools and become a part of the effort of raising our community and raising our kids, One Nashville is that entry point.
One Nashville is one of the most important things that's ever happened to public education in Nashville. It's a place where we can all come together and participate in any way that we wish to support our schools, and our schools need it all. One thing we have learned over the years, and the decades even, is that our schools need the entire community's support in order to be successful, and successful schools are going to make a great city.
When you talk to almost anyone, I think people feel like there's a lot that can be done for our schools, but they're not exactly sure what they can do, and I think one of the advantages of One Nashville is that there's one place where people can go and with the understanding that whether or not you have children in schools, no matter what walk of life you come from, you can actually help contribute to improving our schools. So if you want to help advocate and create a stronger voice for students in schools, you can click on advocate. If you want to help volunteer within the schools, you can do that. And if you want to help contribute dollars to help provide resources to the schools, you can do that as well. So there's a lot of things that I think people want to know so they can help support better education in Nashville.
I don't have kids in public schools. I don't have kids at all. And I've always looked for ways that I could try to get involved with the public schools, either to volunteer, and it's not really been very accessible to me. I don't naturally have a school that I can show up at and say, hi, I'm here to volunteer. So the One Nashville campaign and the website is a great way for young professionals that may want to get more involved in the community and in public schools. It gives them the opportunity to be able to do that, whereas it may be sort of intimidating just to show up on a school doorstep at some point.
The One Nashville community campaign is a campaign for this entire community, and we want to get everybody involved. And it's really simple. If you go to www.onenashville.org, you enter your name and you enter your email address, and when you do that, you're going to be supporting public schools.
Volunteering is easy in Metro Nashville. You can sign up as a member of the One Nashville campaign and then visit www.schoolvolunteers.org. You can peruse the opportunities that are posted there. School principals are posting opportunities every day for volunteer needs in their schools. If you can't find what you want, you can also just register and someone from Pencil Foundation will call you and help you find exactly the right fit. And there is a fit for everyone. If you want to come one time during a school year and help with landscaping, if you want to come once a month and help in the front office or help in the library, we have places for you. If you want to work one-on-one with a child or with a high school student as a career mentor or a reading partner or a math partner, we've got a place for you there. If you want to talk to a class of high school students about your career and about decisions you've made in your life, there are places for you there too. There's a volunteer opportunity with your name on it in our schools.
Alignment Nashville works with the nonprofits in the city to help support the school system so that they are working collaboratively and strategically with the district. One of the things that Alignment Nashville is doing is helping nonprofits work with middle school girls to help them develop a vision for their future that might align with some of the needs of the workforce, for instance, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
We work very closely with Alignment Nashville on recruiting volunteers so that we can turn some light bulbs off on kids' heads about STEM and get them really excited about thinking about careers in science.
I come from a long line of volunteers. My parents volunteered in Metro schools. My grandparents built one of the stadiums that's still being used in Metro schools. If you get it started, your children will do it too. It's the most important thing you can do for your kids is to go into their schools and volunteer, and to go into other schools who don't have parent volunteers and show how important that is. Most important thing you can do.
It is a very powerful thing to volunteer in the school system. It is one of the most rewarding opportunities that our employees have, and I personally enjoy being out there.
To me, the volunteer program through Pencil is it's an opportunity that I wouldn't have without my company's involvement with Pencil, and it's also an opportunity for me to give back to the community and be close to teachers and really understand the challenges that our educators have and how important it is that they get help from the community to help the kids.
My wife and I do not have any kids, and so it's really fun to come out and see the kids and be able to read to them. Gives us a whole new experience, and anything we can do to encourage reading, I think, is very important. I think once somebody really enjoys or finds out that they enjoy reading, they do it for the rest of their life.
Specifically, the Cities of Service Plan is addressing literacy in K through 3rd grade reading, truly essential, pivotal time for kids to learn how to read. If they don't get the skills to learn how to read by 3rd grade, they won't be able to have the comprehension skills to learn from there.
I like it when somebody comes in and reads to me because it's very fun when someone reads to you and is coming in and taking their time. When someone comes and reads to me, it makes me feel like I want to read to myself.
It's really rewarding for me to come back to the place where I attended elementary school and participate in the educational process for the next generation of kids.
It's not just an everyday situation that children feel in some cases that there's someone out there who cares about me. But when we find that one, we can really make a difference in letting them know this is what you can do. This is what you can be successful at.
There are so many jobs that there is absolutely no one who can't find something that they can do at school. And I think anytime we give of ourselves, we get much more than we give.
We love having volunteers come into the classroom. It's really helpful having an extra set of adult hands come in, and the children seem to listen to other adults a lot. I enjoy having an extra set of hands as well because they're able to give one more child that extra bit of help that they need.
The Pencil Foundation has been a critical player in the Metro schools for many years now, and they provide that intersection between the business community and the students. Were it not for Pencil, some of those folks would never meet each other. They would never interact with each other, and Pencil provides those opportunities for businesses to become involved, for businesses to provide support. But in addition, they provide opportunities for an individual to volunteer and become involved in the schools. There are opportunities to be, as I am, a reading partner or a math partner. I think they have classroom readers, so you go and read to a larger group of students. They also welcome individuals to come and talk about their careers, talk about the training for what they do, and help the children understand what it takes to become an architect or a doctor or many other careers.
One of the things that the business community can do is allow their employees to go and volunteer during the school day, particularly with our high school academies. That's an area where our students need to hear from professionals in that field of interest, telling about their career path, about the kind of skills that they need their employees to have when they enter the workforce. There's lots of opportunities to be guest speakers, to basically sign up, volunteer, and speak to a classroom of kids about your area of industry or focus.
The Academies of Nashville is an effort that the Metropolitan Nashville Public Schools is using to redesign our high schools. This initiative creates smaller personalized learning communities in all 12 comprehensive high schools that are designed around career interests and students' interests. And the business partners are key to making this initiative come alive and really bring the learning outside the classroom walls into the entire community. In order to sustain this change that we're working on in the high schools, it's very important that key individuals within businesses within the community become involved in the initiative, and there's several ways to do that. Guest speaking, mentoring students, providing internships for students, working with teachers on curriculum design, working with students on mastery of the curriculum. These are all important initiatives that really produce a higher quality student and a higher quality experiences for all of our students and teachers.
We've been very fortunate at McGavock High School to have several of our community businesses be a part of our school. We've come in to work with our students. They've done different things with the different organizations that we have set up. The academies that we have going on right now at all of our high schools are one way that our students are all seeing a benefit to what our community has to offer. Through these academies and through our business partners, we're developing relationships where these business partners are actually coming into our schools, working with our students, making opportunities available for them to see how the real world works. And I think that that's one of the things that we're trying to make sure that we give our students the opportunity to be a part of, and that's to see what happens outside the school walls. One of our business partners, CMT, which we're very fortunate to be to have as a partner with us in our Digital Design and Communication Academy, they have went above and beyond. They brought 70 employees from their business just to work in McGavock, to do things to improve it. Some were painting, some were speaking, some were just doing different things to develop that rapport or relationships with our students. And then CMT put on a mini job fair. They set up the booths and everything for our kids to tour. They interviewed them. They gave them an opportunity to see what it's going to be like when they go out there trying to apply for jobs. So we've been very fortunate at McGavock to have the relationships that have been developed over the years.
A business partner working with a high school career academy program could have any level of tangible connection to the students that they would like. It could be everything from as simple as being a guest speaker to sending supplies to having full-blown internships and consistent partnerships with the school or the academy itself.
One of the most exciting involvements I've had as chairman of the Chamber of Commerce is our involvement with the Academies of Nashville. And I would just like to encourage all the businesses to really look at this opportunity as a way to get involved in your local community. We hope to have at least 2 businesses involved in each one of our academies, and just encourage you to do that. We're very excited about our involvement at Glencliff and looking forward to helping students learn about business early in their life.
We have hired a number of students from Metro schools, and I'll tell you, if a company can get in and work with a high school, get your local high school, get the one that's close to your place, have some of those students come in and work with your people, and your folks will see Metro schools differently, automatically.
When special people come and talk to us, or when businesses pick us out of other people, it makes a bigger impact in me and in what I want to do for the rest of my life.
One of the ways that Nashvillians can get involved in One Nashville and support our Metro schools is by making a donation of any size. A donation of any size would be incredibly helpful to support our students. I'm a Metro Schools alumni. I graduated from Antioch High School in 1987, and I get in the mail every month, it seems, a letter from my university that I graduated from asking for me to donate and give back. But our school system never does that and never asks our graduates for that. But that's an area where we can all step up, no matter what size the donation may be.
We have made donations to a number of schools from a business perspective. We support Kirkpatrick Elementary as they go on their trip every year. We make sure that we support a number of different schools monetarily. As an individual, I support McGavock High School and the band. I have supported Glencliff High School. I've supported a number of different entities where you want your money to go straight to that. Additionally, the Alliance for Public Education, you can support a debate team there, or support books or music instruments. There's all kinds of things that you can do. $10 to $1,000 to, we'd love $100,000. You can decide how you want it to be spent and what you want to support, and someone will help you do that.
Even a small gift can make a huge difference. You know, something like a beaker in a science class really isn't that expensive, and it's basic math that all those small gifts add up and can really improve the quality of what we can offer to our students. And you know, I look forward myself to getting personally involved and seeing what difference I can make.
Since its inception, the Nashville Alliance has invested a few dollars and millions of dollars in projects, large and small, in metro schools. What I need you to know is it doesn't matter what size your gift is. Every dollar that comes into the Nashville Alliance is just as important as the next one or as the biggest one. There is always a place to use those resources, and keep that in mind, and never hesitate because you think your gift is too small.
Seeing the investment that area business, political, and community members are making in our schools is showing that people recognize that education is the foundation for where Nashville is going.
And making donations to the public schools is a part of my philosophy. I mean, as an educator myself and a classroom teacher and now a coordinator for programs in the district, I believe in this approach to improving public schools. And I know that it takes a combined effort to do that. And the fact that it's so easy to make the contributions makes this a more enticing thing to do.
I will never forget the day that we had about 30 computers donated to our school. And the students were so excited, and so was I, and every teacher in the building, because when you have very little funds, you seek ways to enhance your program. You seek ways to enhance the academic success of the students. And I remember our pencil partner coming in and sharing those computers with us. And that was the most exciting time for our children. And you never know how much you excite children until you actually see them in action. And they remember, wow, this is what our partners gave to us.
On the first day of school this year, we had 5 of our volunteers there. We unloaded a large SUV of backpacks, coloring crayons, books, and a very powerful moment happened when this girl entering first grade and her mother came by, and she didn't have much, and she looked at the table and asked me, she said, how much are these backpacks and the crayons? And I said, oh no, they're free. This is something we're donating for the school. And a tear came up in her eye and it dropped and hit the floor. All 5 of my volunteers saw that. We have many volunteers as a result of that story.
You can not only donate to a school that you may have gone to here in Metro, but if you have a particular interest, whether it's music or science or sports. I continue to play soccer, and so I made a donation to the Antioch boys soccer team, just as a way to give back and support what the kids are doing in the next generation.
Your donation will be fully tax deductible, and it helps our kids.
Not everybody has time to volunteer or has money to donate, but one way that you can get involved that's free and easy and doesn't take a lot of time, you can be a friend of Metro Schools. Our elected officials at the local level, the state level, even the federal level, they need to hear from citizens who value education. So sometimes it just takes a phone call or an email to your elected official during budget time, encouraging them to support the schools. That can make a huge difference.
It's important to become a friend of Metro Schools and call your city leaders and your decision makers to let them know how important public schools is to this city.
I think it's particularly important for people who are concerned about children to belong to an organization like Friends for Metro Schools. It is there where a simple call made to elected officials at very important times, particularly around the times of policy and budget, that our council people need to know that in fact there are people who are concerned.
And as I put together the service plan with all the community input, of course education is number one.
It would be really great if Nashville could all come together and help all the schools, support the teachers in every single school so that students everywhere can have the type of education that my son is getting.
Parents being involved, children are more apt to increase their ability of doing things.
We have a very large immigrant population at our school, and one of the things I love about One Nashville is that the name of it brings to me the notion of we are all part of one community, no matter where we came from, no matter how we got here. And I know that our immigrant families want to be involved, want to help, want to participate, but often they need information, they need help, they need to know what's the best way to help their child in public schools. And I think that if we can use this website to reach out to families, to encourage them to participate, that would be a wonderful thing for our schools.
And we see One Nashville as the next step in growing the participation of Hispanic parents.
Stand for Children is a part of a coalition called Friends of Metro Schools that advocates for school funding issues here locally. We try to make sure that our schools have the most resources available to them as possible, and we help to lobby the school board and the Metro Council to make sure that we have adequate resources for our schools.
One of the most important things from the teacher's perspective is having parent and community support in the classroom. That really helps to make learning function better for students.
As a person who is a leader of a large metropolitan urban school system, as a person who's an educator who works in the school system every day, I know for sure that we cannot be successful without great partnerships. We cannot do this work alone. It is a community effort. And One Nashville is a great opportunity for us here in Nashville to coordinate and collaborate all of the many resources that can be a very positive influence on public education in our community.
I feel strongly that if I do my part, which may be very little, and other people do theirs, that we're going to be a part of helping this area and the state to have some of the best schools, if not the best, in the country.
One Nashville is a great place for people to go online and figure out how to become involved in our schools.
I think that website is really easy to navigate. I think it's a great place to learn about other kinds of efforts that are happening throughout the community that support our school system. And so.
When I arrived in Nashville in 1996, I wanted to be involved in education, and I had no idea, no clue who to get involved with or how to get involved. Well, One Nashville would have been a great device for me to be able to plug into.
I want every parent to be involved, and it can happen. All we need to do is make up in our minds that this is what we want for our children.
Yes, and I think our families know the reason they immigrated here to begin with was to support their children, to offer them a better opportunity. And so this initiative is a great way to support that.
So One Nashville is a great way for you, for individuals, for organizations, for businesses to really get involved in helping our young people be successful without failure.
A successful public school system is going to pay off for Nashville in so many ways. A more qualified workforce, higher quality of life. Crime goes down because people are employed in careers that actually lead to somewhere. Families want to move to Nashville because of the schools and all that our city has to offer. If we all get together through One Nashville, we can make that a reality.
and all you have to do is go to one place. It's called OneNashville, and you hit one button, just pick one, and then you just make one click and you're in. You can do this, it's easy.
So today I'd like to encourage everybody to please volunteer, to donate, and to be an advocate for OneNashville.
As a business person, the need for an educated community is critical for the future growth from a commercial standpoint.
I am proud of the accomplishments that this city has taken toward making public education. And by making public education in metro schools the top priority, it says to the community at large that we're willing to do and put the resources to say that Nashville is a place that can be one city.
Well, as a former member of the Metro School Board, I think it's critically important for the whole community to be involved in the schools, to support the schools, to value the education that the children are receiving in the schools. And through these various organizations that have come together to form OneNashville, there are so many ways for folks to become involved. With Alignment Nashville, there are ways for nonprofits to become involved in the lives of schools. Pencil works with businesses and individual volunteers. The Alliance for Public Education works on bringing additional resources to schools. And when you have all of those opportunities for folks to become involved, education moves to the top of the agenda for the whole community, and that is so important.
I'm a native Nashvilleian, and I'm a very strong supporter of public schools. I believe what Nashville is doing, we're on the right track, and our schools are moving in the right direction.
I have seen situations in which a volunteer from the community has actually really changed a student that was heading down the wrong path to make some really drastic decisions based on that relationship they developed with that volunteer.
I would just like to encourage all the businesses to really look at this opportunity as a way to get involved in your local community. We hope to have at least 2 businesses involved in each one of our academies, and just encourage you to do that.
The old saying, it takes a village to raise a child, is overused, but it's really true when you're working with kids in a school setting. Children need involved parents, they need excellent teachers to do well in school, but they also need additional positive adult role models in their lives. They need people who will pay attention to them, to give them confidence in their studies, who will help them catch up if they're behind. Volunteering in our schools isn't easy, but it's a very meaningful way to help children succeed in school.
Yes, it's made a lot of difference because it has helped me to realize that the world is different than we usually think it is, because a lot of people think that people don't actually care, but they're wrong. They actually do care, and they're going to help you. They're there to help you.
It's easy. Go on www.onenashville.org. Go online, sign up your name, sign your email address, and find out how you can get plugged in to our public schools. Just that simple.